The first sentence of your writing could make or mar the entire essay, and here is why. Hello, welcome back. I am teacher Adaise and I teach the English language. Today I want to look at what happens with the hook. What do you do with the hook? This is something you find interesting? Please keep watching. Before we talk about the hook, let's talk about introductions, right? What happens when you write an introduction? Your introduction is the first impression you leave on a reader, right? It involves the hook, the background, and the thesis statement. Now, how do we write them? We're going to take them one after the other. Let's start with the hook. What is the hook? The hook is pretty much everything you do to grab your reader's attention, right? You could employ a wide range of means or tools to achieve this, right? Now, what is the function of the hook? Grab attention and signal what the entire essay is going to be about. You can achieve this by using a wide range of hooks, and this takes us to types of hooks. Let's take them one after the other. The first one is the question hook. Here you ask a question that would inspire your readers to seek answers in your writing. For instance, I can say, what would happen if human beings stopped having children? What would happen if human beings stopped having babies? I can also ask, what would you do if the internet disappeared tomorrow? These are questions that sort of incite curiosity, and reader will be poised to get answers in your writing. The second type of hook would be strong claims or statements. Strong claims or statements. Here you make a very strong claim, or you put out a very strong statement, right? And this would inspire your reader to go ahead and see the points you have to make. For instance, I can say, social media is slowly killing real connection. Social media is slowly killing real life connection. It is a strong claim, it is a statement, and it is open for argument. So someone can agree or disagree with this. To do this, well, they have to read the entire essay, right? That's a good hook. The next one is the data or statistics hook. The data or statistics hook. Over 60% of people never finish the book they start reading. Over 60% of people never finish the book they start reading. That's a good hook. You can begin with, a figure, a data, something that has been researched and is out there, and it connects to your writing. It gives your writing great level of credibility, and your reader will want to know more about what you've written. You also have metaphors. You can use figures of speech, you can use simile, you can use metaphor, you can use irony, you can use a wide range of beautiful expressions to get your writing started. I can say motivation is like Wi-Fi, strong 1 minute and off the next. That's a great simile, good use of metaphor, and this would inspire your readers to keep reading. We also have anecdotes. This is when you try to connect one incident that happened to another incident in order to begin your writing. For instance, I can say, I once failed a test that I studied for, and it taught me more than any professor could ever teach me in this world. That's a great anecdote. Use something that happened in the past to connect what you're trying to say, and make a point. Number 6, I have quotes. You can use quotes by famous people, Martin Luther King Jr., I have a dream. That's a cliche, don't use it, but it is an example, right? Quotes by people like Chinua Achebe, Nelson Mandela, Winston Churchill, famous people. Just use quotes here and there, Begin your writing with a quote. You can tell stories. Stories are important. Everyone likes a good story. Everyone wants to be told a good story. So when you begin your writing with a story, you win your readers over. Tell a very short story and begin your writing. You can also use descriptions, especially when you're writing a descriptive essay or a narrative essay. You can begin by describing things, right? Very, very important. Describe a person, a character you want to introduce, describe a place, describe an object, just describe something, and hook your readers and buy your readers with your beautiful sense of description. I have an instance. My hands were shaking, my coffee was frozen, and my brain had completely blacked out. My hands were shaking, my coffee was frozen, and my brain had completely blacked out. That is description. Now there is curiosity. What happens next? The each reader wants to know. The next thing you're going to look at is what to avoid when writing your hook. What to avoid when writing your hook. First, avoid cliches. If it has been used over and over and over and over, don't use it again. Try something novel. Try something new. Find new ways of saying old things. You want your readers to get fresh metaphors, fresh expressions, not something boring. You don't want to bore your readers, okay? Don't use unconnected hook. If the hook doesn't have a place in the writing or in the entire essay, don't use it. Use only hooks that are very relevant to what you're writing about. Don't use very vague, open-ended hooks that doesn't tie into something, or even tie into your writing. For instance, don't say, since the beginning of times. Well, when did it begin? Were you there? What happened? When is the beginning of time? You can't tell, right? So don't use very broad, vague, open-ended hooks. They don't work. I hope you've learned something about how to write a good hook. Right, I don't intend for this video to get longer than it already is, so I'm going to stop here. If you want to learn about background and writing a thesis statement, check out my videos on these topics. I have a lot of videos that will help you with your writing if that's what you're looking to advance or polish, right? So scroll through my channel and find such videos, and I hope they help you. Again, I am teacher Adeze and I teach the English language. Let me know what next you want to learn and I will be glad to talk about them. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.